today we are going to be playing our Sid Meier's Civilization 6. We're going to be continuing our Deity difficulty game as Cyrus of Persia. And we are next to, as I was saying in the chat, Tomyris, the pacifist. She's had a monstrous army the entire game and has never declared war. We don't know why, but she hasn't. If war were to be declared now, I feel like we could probably sort of grind her down, over time. We certainly have a lesser army, but probably we could work it out. I'm more concerned with the fact that Candy over here, which is one of her vassals, has not just a bombard, but actually a bombard core outside of one of my city borders. So that's a little scary. So we'll see how it goes. Kenya says, I think I caught your cold over the internet. You gotta watch out for those computer viruses, man. This stuff's gonna really spread over the internet. So we're still building some military here and there, but mostly we took a lot of land from Sumeria, and we're still trying to improve that. And our early war against Sumeria meant that our own infrastructure had fallen behind for a while. So we've finally caught up there. We've got a good base. That's fantastic. Some important stuff is finishing. We do have an extra couple of cities on the island over here. We have no oil. I think we found like one source of oil in the entire game. I think it's like this one. Maybe there was one more somewhere else. I don't remember. What? What is going on here with Monty? You're at war with, like, everyone except Tomyris, or Tomyris. I always say Tomyris, but there's the Y there, so maybe it's Tomyris? I don't know. He's at war with everyone! Everyone! And I don't think it's going well for him. Which is interesting. Also interesting, what is this that we can see in the fog of war? Huh. Alright, whatever. Let's not think about that. Ooh, the reports button got moved. That's very exciting. Oh, the most exciting thing. Okay, so I only run one mod. It's CQUI. Doesn't change the gameplay. Just changes the interface. And look what they recently added. Look at this button. Block end turn for city attack. So you remember, like, one of my biggest complaints. Well, my first complaint that I had was, well, the trade interface sucked. They fixed that. Well, the modding community fixed that. The next thing, it wasn't so much of a complaint, but a feature request. I said, wouldn't it be cool if you had a lens in here for the builder mode to highlight tiles that need to be improved? Again, the modding community did that. And now, the modding community added in proper notification. If one of your cities can bombard... Oh, I don't have my tip thing running, you're right. If one of your cities can bombard, it will let you know. It'll actually replace the next turn button, just like in Civ 5, to let you know that one of your cities can attack. Apparently, as it turns out, this is actually something that was in the game. It is in Civ 6, but only if you have, like, auto-end turns, which is normally really bad because people don't want that. Well, it stops the turn from ending automatically if there would normally be a city bombard. So a modder just went and, like, changed it to work in normal mode as well. That was it! I looked at it. There's, like, 3 lines of code and a couple of lines for just the CQUI, like, UI interface itself for it. That's it! And now all of a sudden we have freaking proper notifications when a goddamn city can goddamn bombard. Unfracking believable. Unfracking believable. So yes, the tip system was not up and running, and Jawa did go ahead and win the race against Persia by literally 2 seconds. At 2 p.m. and 28 seconds, Jawa came in with a tip that says, war, war, blood. People are really looking for a war against Scythia over here. And then Persia, 2 seconds later, says, today's tip, do not buy discount sushi. It sounds like someone speaking from experience, and that sounds terrifying. Oh, man. And Jam Bostwick, thank you very much for your tip as well. Quill, long time, first time, etc. Thank you so much for the hours upon hours of great vids. I'm curious, with all your Paradox love, will you ever do a Stellaris campaign? Well, I have played Stellaris before, and I probably will be again. It just kept hitting the mid-game and getting kind of bored. The new expansion does help with that a lot, and hopefully we'll take a look at it. But I do try to only do one grand strategy game at a time, because the schedule doesn't really allow much more. And right now we're playing EU4, so we'll see how that goes. Keep up the great streams. Thank you very much, Bostwick, Terja, and Jawa for the very kind tips over there to get us started today. Thank you. Cheers. Excellent. Whew. Okay. All right. Boom, boom, boom. I'm not salty right now. I'm anti-salty. Well, it's sort of still salty because modders have fixed something that took like 3 lines to fix that should have been in the game from day one. And anyway, okay, I think we're ready to next turn. Flight, we've got a boost. That's good. Urbanization, I think we're going to hard research because A, we're far away from 15 pop city, and B, this leads to the civic where we can get armies, right? It leads to mobilization, which unlocks armies. So we absolutely want to do that. Our city seems to be in good shape. I'm going to go ahead next turn. We're going to start playing. Boom. Religious warfare. Right, Neapolis over here. We're redirecting some troops. Oh, there's some scary units over here. She might be redirecting some troops here too. It's like, oh, when the war starts, we can just bop Neapolis. It's not the end of the world that she went and settled here, because we can just take it at that point. But she is moving a few troops over there. But so are we, though, right? Okay, production in this city. Workshop completed. That's great. Do we want to go straight to a factory? Or do we want to go and do some more military building? I think we have to go to the factory. And that's going to be fine. We're currently losing money. We're going to have to check up on that. How about the Great People Counter? All right, we could get Emily Dickinson, but I think we'll pass. Janaki Amal over here. We could get very soon. The question is, are there any rainforest tiles left? Actually, yeah, there's a few over here, so we could actually get a half-decent boost from him, so that'll be okay. So yeah, the idea is here is to get a couple of units within bombardment range there. Although if she declares war on me first, then she can actually obliterate my bombards. Whereas, of course, with my surprise war bonus, I don't have to start the bombards adjacent. Because they will have enough movement where they can move and still shoot. Because the bombard implementation... the siege implementation in Civ 6 was patched at some point so that instead of being if you moved you can't shoot, they have been changed. Also, do we have artillery? We do, because we don't have any money. Instead of being, what was I saying? Instead of being if you move you can't shoot, it's as long as you have at least 2 movement left you can shoot. So yeah, of course, the first turn of the war, we don't actually get the bonus movement. We have to, it's only the second turn that it comes in, but that's okay. So we do need more money. Oh, the shipyard's just production and actually does have maintenance. I mean, we could build more commercial hubs. We've got our full trade route over here. I think I will build the shipyard. Because we may want to build some armadas and stuff later on. Who is that? What is that? I can't find the right window. This is the window. It's Thorben! Hey! Thorben asked, did you try out the Black Ice mod for Hoi 4 yet? No, I have not yet. Just want to say, I love your streaming videos. You're awesome. Well, thank you very much, Thorben. I think you're awesome, too. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Yeah, this is the first time we've not had any money going on before in a game like this. And we have some money things, which is kind of surprising. We do have a lot of units, which might be part of the problem. If we were just about to finish any units, and we're not, I was going to say, I might want to change my production order around so that we don't spend quite as much dough. Yeah. None of these give us money, right? Oh, no, encampment training actually does. And does give us great general points once it's finished. You know what? We actually might want to see if we can force a great general out. Well, we're a long way to finding one, but it would be nice to get some progress. We could generate some cash doing this. Thing is, we have an encampment over here. We could build cores, although what we might want to do is put a pin in that until we can build actual armies. I think it's going to be worth actually doing some gold production over here. Just temporarily. 13 turns, we'll get some money. Some great general points. I don't know how many. This builder over here. Oh, there's plenty of rainforest here too, actually. So yeah, I think that would be quite good. I'm going to avoid removing the rainforest here. It says for every adjacent. Here or adjacent. So if we did it here, that would be 4 rainforest worth of stuff. And that ain't too shabby. I think I'm going to go ahead and just build a mine on that. That's going to be okay. Minus 1.5. Kalgu with the Archaeological Museum. Maybe, you know what? In my capital, especially before we get any more tech and things. We're going to lock in the cost. I'm going to start on my... Because I just hit pop 10, so I can start on my commercial district here, which I think is going to be more important than finishing the archaeological museum. Boom. It's going to make decent money. Oh, I got to change the order, so you actually start on that. Make decent money by itself, and then we can build more markets and things like that. Banks and all those things, and really start building up the economy. Do we want to finish off the arena for the +1 amenity? That's not the range. You need to get to the zoo to get range. So we actually might want to go and get started on... I was going to say, there's not a really hot spot for a commercial hub, unless we want to go and replace one of these really great food tiles. Still, money's really important. That kills one of our farming triangles, though. I mean, I could put it on one of the other tiles, but that sounds kind of poopy. I think you can go ahead and just work on the arena. We'll get you ready to go up to zoo level later on. We have an envoy, which will help our money, because every envoy gives us an extra buck. But also, if we sent 2 to Hong Kong, we could get a bonus on our industrial zones. Or, while Kandy is still untouchable, I could go and remove Nan Madol from Tamiris' sphere of influence. And that actually might be kind of helpful. What's the unique bonus? Your districts on or next to coast tiles provide +2 culture. Any district on the coast? On or next to. So all my harbors and everything. That's actually pretty culturific. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that. Cancel out the vassalage, and maybe we can even take it over later on. That would be very lovely. Oh, actually, that was even more than... It was enough to take over, even. Looks like Nan Madol has no military troops, though, which is a little bit disappointing. It's actually very disappointing. This stupid thing, too. That's okay. We can take care of that later on. I thought we were moving some more troops over here, because we're going to need some. I need some frontline dudes to tank for this. Oh, right! Over here we were assembling some infantry. But I should send it around to the side. You are going to go there. And you're going to go right next door. That's going to be fine. We got some housing concerns. Took him... He did boost us from 111 to 129. Holy crap, that is huge, actually. And we got another tip in! From Job! Thank you very much, Job. Whiskey for the whiskey god! Chocolate for the chocolate throne! Just don't get it too close to the fire. I was going to say, a chocolate throne sounds like it might be kind of melty. Every time you stand up, people think you pooped your pants. So that might not be the best idea. I'm just saying, everything else about that message I approve of. You know, excellent. But the chocolate throne might be a little bit sketchy here. Yeah. Do I want to mine this? I mean, there are other things I could do with this tile. But no, I think the production's going to be okay. We're not in a position to generate a farming triangle. The Paradise is still good and gives you money. But, you know, production is so important to accelerate things. I don't even know. Where's our industrial zone? It's not this one. It's a lumber mill. Can't even read the freaking graphics. Is it that one? No. Because I'm working on the factory. I'm just looking for, like, the personage icon. Oh, there, yeah, okay. I was looking for this number, but because there's only a workshop here, it can only fit one person in the workshop, so it doesn't have that number. But that's it. I was scanning around for this kind of display, because a lot of the districts can put more than one person in. I'm like, why am I not seeing that? Right, because you can only put one person in here for now. Okay, that's fine. Next turn. Where's my soda? It's almost empty. Well, thank you! I'm impressed by the fact that you're fighting 3 wars and getting your ass kicked. Tamiris is now officially over 3,000 for military strength. Which is a little scary. Not gonna lie. On the other hand, flight is finishing and we can start building observation balloons, which actually will be
if you can walk away
quite
from
nice.
Landing, it's a good landing.
Assuming they work. For a while there, they weren't working. Okay, where are we going? We don't have a boost to any of these right now. Short term, it's not like we're desperate for any of these, although the tanks are quite nice. +1 movement for embark units. Oil well doesn't help us. Yeah, I don't think any of those are critical short term. So let's look at where they might lead. It would be nice to uncover aluminium, such so that we can get the production boost from mining that. That would mean working towards steam power. We are building one shipyard right now. We might be able to just halt steam power halfway through and see how it goes. On the other hand, accessing the anti-tank crews would be really good because of all the cavalry that Tomaris is bringing to the front. We're unlikely to have 2 neighborhoods anytime soon. When do you get neighborhoods? Oh, urbanization will unlock neighborhoods. Maybe. We might just have research then. We might just do that. So we could... Mining that tile is not that helpful. Or doing anything to this tile is not going to be that helpful. Doing something over here will, though. And I think we're going to end up farming that, because there's not that much food in our capital. And if we put a farm down here, we get sort of double farming triangles and good setup over there. So I think that's what's going to happen. Oh, she's so scary. So scary! I think we've cored everything that we can core over here at this time. That's not true, actually. This pikeman can be cored over here, so we're going to do that. Can you release the Quackin at the shipyards? Isn't she building military to invade QL? She's been doing this the entire game, is what's confusing. The entire game. Oh, naturalist. Really? That's someone who likes to go around being naked. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what this unit does in the game. The entire game, she's had an incredible army built up on my borders, and she hasn't done anything with it. So I'm mostly just confused as to what she's trying to do. Okay, I'll move you here, and then core you up. You'll actually end up in that tile, but that's okay. Okay. We do have another unit coming out here in 4 turns. We could delay that just to keep the finances good. Although, just by merging those 2 units, our finances got slightly better. Which is funny, because we have fewer units to maintain, which is pretty nice. Do we have enough infantry for that to merge with? Oh, we were just building it for the lulls. Well, it can actually be merged into armies in the not-too-distant future, so I think that'll be okay.
Organisms don't think of CO2 as a poison. Plants and organisms.
I was not expecting that.
Shells, coral. Think of it.
So we found the Great Barrier Reef. It is within the borders of Egypt. I think our ranger... Oh, no. I thought it was a ship. It's a ranger, so we can land again. You're not in a war with anyone. I don't know what you're doing with all these ships, with all these units. I guess you've got all your units across the way. Us building a fleet will actually be quite good for taking a ton of territory over here. And that's one of the other things with building the shipyards that we're doing, which is awfully nice. We've got a couple of coastal things, and we can try to build them up. And maybe build up a fleet. I have no idea what she's doing. Should I buy... Well, I don't have money to buy tiles. We should take a look to see if we can get that great person, though. We weren't quite there, faith-wise. We are now. So I think it's worth doing. We should be able to get 2,400 science from this character, which is a lot of turns worth. So we're going to do that. Oh, conveniently, it showed up here. I mean, we can teleport anyway, but it literally showed up in the city that we're going to want to use him. Did it automatically find the city with the most rainforest or something like that? I don't know. But yeah, we're going to go and put you here. If she started to worn out, I think it would be vaguely fine. So we might want to switch out of sanitation. Far away from the power plants. Let's start doing partial research on the steam power. You are going to core up, saving us some money, and becoming more powerful. That's good. Well, money situation is still not great, but it could be much, much worse. We have a trade route that must have just finished. Surprised we didn't get a pop-up for it. We didn't get it destroyed or anything. We have some amenities problems. Some of our cities really need a little bit more fun. We got a few, like, entertainment centers built, but not that many, and we certainly don't have zoos unlocked yet. Just resub for 34 months. Wow, that is crazy.
Cities is that everything is king size, the beauty and the ugliness.
All right, public transport. We can get a bunch of gold if we replace farms with neighborhoods, which actually, you know what? I don't usually like play with this, but we might be able to get some very, very, very critical boost to our money so that we can do some upgrades if we grab something like that. The problem is right now we're still running this military policy here. I'm going to get rid of invention. Actually, I think I should put in triangular trade. Triangular trade. That's the way to do it. Kick our money back up. But it is worth considering, yeah, switching to Merchant Republic for the +2 trade routes. Maybe. The problem is, if the war does break out, we're going to want these extra policies for, you know, professional army and whatnot. I think I'm just going to go do this, which is going to improve our economy a lot. Well, it's going to give us another 20, I guess. There's that trade route that was sitting idle. Now, I could go for maximum money trade. I don't think I want to trade to her, though, is the problem. So, yeah, maybe the Silver Matty. It's a good, safe trade route. Will give us, you know, a good amount of money, well, from the triangular trade. Lots of food, lots of production. I think that's going to be fine. You're going to fortify. You, my friend, are going to go stand right there. And I'm going to quick save before I do this, just in case I need to get salty again. Although it should work. So, if I activate you, we should get 2400 science. We will... So, that'll probably finish steam power. So, I guess the question is, what do we actually want to focus on finishing? And in which case, probably getting chemistry for the anti-tank crew is actually going to be the most important thing. So yeah, let's do that. So that'll finish sanitation for sure. I mean, again, we could just wait until we build a couple of neighborhood and get some discounts. But that's going to take a while, and I think we need the anti-tank crews as quickly as possible for this nonsense. Yeah. I don't like not being optimized for science. Keep all the techs now, you'll get them all this turn. Oh, will you? Instead of, like, having to go one turn, one turn, one turn? Alright, well, let's queue up some of those. Alright, bam.
No innovation in the
So sanitation. Oh, it's not even enough to go all the way through to the next one. Still, it gets us a good way up chemistry. Also, the research lab is actually really valuable. Like, I was looking at it from the anti-tank crew, but the research lab may even be more potent. So that's okay. Encampment training was giving us a little bit of extra money. I'm going to let it finish because it will give us a boost towards great person points. So that's going to be okay. And yeah, actually that works out, well, not quite exactly right, because in 9 turns we can start building armies over here, which is what we're going to want to do. Still no war declaration. She keeps getting more powerful. She's at 3,200 military strength. We're not going to have enough money to upgrade our pikemen to the anti-tank crew right away. Chemistry, we're just going to keep you going. That's okay. Mobilization, at least we've got the boost to that, which is nice. I don't think there's anything for us to do. There's a lot of, like, sort of skip. Anti-tank crews in 1485, how accurate? Well, I mean, you don't play Civ. Civ's not a historical game. It's a historical-themed strategy game. Historical-themed 4X game. It is not an actual historical game. There's a big difference to that. I don't mean that as a criticism at all. It's just that's not the point of the game to be historical. It's like a what if game. Seriously? God damn it, that's frustrating. Well, it'll give us a second chance to get some experience, I suppose. All right, Silent Flame, I want you to go right to the shipyard. So we can get some more production boosts, but also get ourselves in a position where we can build giant fleets later on. You're... Oh, wait. You're going to farm this, and then you can farm the next one. Very convenient that that tile popped. That's going to be very good, actually. So, you're going to move to be adjacent to here so that we can army that up, since you're alone.